The Llandovery Epoch by Cody, Matthew, Kevin, and Kenneth. Geography and landscape. The Llandovery Epoch was an epoch filled with rock deposits. Some of these rocks were shales, sandstones, conglomerates, limestones, and great mudstones. These rocks have mainly been found in the UK, Ireland, Australia, Sweden, and many more countries in Europe. In Sweden, many of these rocks have been deformed by the impact of a meteorite, exposing rocks rich in fossils from the Llandovery series. Also during the Llandovery Epoch, cycles of water and sea levels rising and lowering lasted about 2.5 million years on average, and many organisms had to adjust to these cycles. These cycles formed thanks to the melting of glaciers in the late Ordovician epoch before the Llandovery. There was a total of 4 cycles, one in the transition between the Rhodanian and Huronian stages, a second in the mid-Huronian, a third in the early Tachyan, and a fourth in the late Tachyan. Along with these insane sea levels, there was actually a warm and stable climate, an ever-changing place. The microcontinents Laurentia, Baltica, Ionia were slowly colliding to eventually create a second supercontinent, Euramerica. These collisions formed major mountains and hills all over the area, some of which were soon to be called the Northern Appalachians. These major collision events forming mountains became known as the Caledonian Orogeny. Life and organisms. Life during the start of the Llandovery Epoch was still recovering from the second largest extinction, the Ordovician Silurian extinction events, which had killed off many organisms. So mostly the marine life was decently thriving, and mostly marine fossils have been found from then. Some of these marine species include the Arctinurus boltoni, Achetograptus ascensus, Stricklandia, Pentamurus, Graptolithina, Ocolia, and the apex predators, the Eurypterids. These organisms had to adapt to the changing sea levels to survive. Some organisms would change the level of land they were on to survive. Sadly, some small and planktonic species went extinct due to the fluctuating sea levels. And towards the end of the Llandovery Epoch, many more species went extinct, but new ones emerged in the next. Some of the bigger organisms, on the other hand, might have struggled due to the change in water temperature. While this was happening underwater, on land, lichens were dominant and forming soils for new plants to grow. Thus, the land was slowly recovering. The origins and time frame. The Llandovery Epoch started 443.7 million years ago and lasted 15.5 million years. The Llandovery series got its name from a town in Wales, UK, where some of the rock deposits were found from the epoch. Sadly, though, the Llandovery Epoch ended 428.2 million years ago, and a new period started. And this concludes the Llandovery Epoch, where Group 12 will be taking you on an amazing adventure through the beginnings of the Devonian period.